Welcome everyone to a special segment of Benzinga Cannabis Insider. Today we're joined by Nadia Vattovaz. She's the CFO of Fire and Flower. This is an amazing cannabis company. It trades on the TSX under the ticker FAF and on the OTCQX under FFLWF. Once more, FLWF. There you got it. Bear with me, I'm a foreigner. Nadia, how are you doing today?
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. So, the stock is right now we're recording this. It's up about 11% today on your quarterly and full year results. Can you tell us a little bit about what we saw there?
Absolutely. So we had a really strong quarter. This is our strongest quarter yet, posting over $43 million of revenue and about $1.5 million on our adjusted EBITDA basis. So we're pretty pleased. We had a really successful quarter.
That's fantastic. And it was quite a surge from the 1.2 million in EBITDA from the prior quarter, right? And more than, whoa. You had a big loss in 2019 and for the same quarter. How did you manage to achieve, positive EBITDA and scale so quickly within a year?
So I think a few things at play. There is our retail network, our retail footprint has increased substantially to 80 stores that are currently in operation now. And I think we've become really good at deploying our Hi-Fire digital and analytics platform. And what that does is, it functions end to end in our business, where we do everything off the information that we glean from that. Everything from truly understanding, signing up our customers on our Spark Perks program, understanding our customers and how they want to shop, when they shop, how they shop, and all the way through to the type of products that we buy in particular markets. So we have very highly targeted merchandising efforts in every location that we're at. So I think a combination of all those things really has made us highly successful this year.
The platform does represent about 5% of your revenue, right? It generated 6.3 million Canadian. That is correct. Last year.
That's correct.
So why is it so important for your business? Or why do you highlight it, right?
Yeah, and I think it's our secret sauce. It's really important to, especially in this nascent industry, to understand the customer and have the direct relationship with the customer. So this is where we're able to really glean all of their behaviors. And we call it Retail 2.0. We're a very tech-oriented retailer, and establishing the relationship with the customer, which also, puts us into things like clienteling, kiosking, delivery, curbside pickup, and all the kind of modalities that a customer wants to engage in to be able to buy their cannabis. And understanding those behaviors and driving all our choices in the business around that behavior to support the customer really is key to our success.
I also saw you reported a little surge on gross profits, right? From 36.6% to 38%. What is driving this margin?
It's exactly that. So what we've been able to do is understand which products our consumers would like to buy, and really targeting those buys in the particular area. So we operate across a vast group of provinces across Canada, and preferences are different across the country. And not only across the country, but within the particular provinces and localities. And really targeting that buy by understanding the customer is key to be able to drive that, that singular store performance, location by location. And certainly that adds up to a successful quarter.
It does indeed. Also on cash, right? You had a little bit over $30 million in cash at the end of the quarter. What are you planning on spending some of it on? Do you have anything you can tell us about, intended use of some of this cash?
Absolutely. So it's all about growth. It's all about really strategic, targeted growth. We are very focused on metrics in our company, being tech oriented. Everything is about the facts and about the performance. So we look for opportunities for growth, whether it's organic growth or whether it's growth via acquisition or strategic partnerships for that matter. We've entered into several strategic partnerships that have really pushed forward, our performance, and we always are looking for those sorts of relationships.
Yeah, well, you bring up partnerships. To me, one of the most interesting partnerships you've signed in recent months, I think it was in February, you closed a deal with American Acres managers to expand into, I think it's California, Arizona, Nevada. Am I
That's
missing
correct.
something? Do
No,
tell me.
that's correct. So right now, as a TSX listed company, there are limitations to how we can directly participate in the market. But with our tech platform, this is certainly our entry point into the US and markets beyond the US. So the way we did this is we entered into a strategic partnership with a company by the name of American Acres. And what we've done is we've licensed our Fire and Flower brand, our store operating system, as well as our Hi-Fire technology to the store, and we'll be able to purchase that when legally possible and permissible at a discount. So we're pretty excited about that because it's our foray into the U.S. market, and we expect to continue that trajectory.
Now, you mentioned the TSX as being one of the reasons why you didn't pursue a different kind of venture in the US and you pursued this kind of partnership. Is this also true for your NASDAQ listing? I know you're eyeing, the NASDAQ. You're interested. Is this part of it? And can you provide an update on the NASDAQ listing potential?
Absolutely. So the NASDAQ for us is a very important next step in our growth cycle. We always knew that this would come. I think the U.S. Market is very important to Fire and Flower. We expect to substantially grow in the U.S. market, but globally as well. And so a NASDAQ listing is really important to that, certainly to attract the type of investors that would support that.
Fantastic. Let's move on to another, interesting deal of yours with Couche-Tard, right? Alimentation Couche-Tard. They own Circle K. For people who are not aware, this is a massive, massive retail player, and you recently inked a deal with them. Can you tell us all about it? I mean, start from the beginning if possible.
Sure. So Couche-Tard is, a global retailer with over 16,000 locations across the globe, and they are experts at store operations. And one of the things that they found really compelling about Fire and Flower is our tech capability. So they understand that the relationship with the customer is key. And the technology platform really will enable our growth in a substantive way across all markets. So what's interesting about this agreement is that we are able to partner in multiple ways with them. So whether it be their real estate portfolio and using their real estate acumen, which is key in retail. I mean, location, location, location. And using that acumen to really drive great locations and that unit economics up, to things like we just co-located 2 locations with them. And we were pretty strategic in picking those locations because they're different. We call it the hub and spoke model. And so the hub is the experience store. And that really is where the customer goes in, engages with our version of bud tender, which is called Canista, and allows them to really understand the product.
Canista, that's funny.
Is that great? Canista, I like it. But sometimes a customer, and we know this from the data, they want to pick up their product and go. They don't necessarily want to engage in what they want.
Yeah, I don't need to spend 40 minutes every time I gotta go buy some product, whatever it is. Sometimes you already know what you want.
Precisely. And so because of that, there are products that people want to pick up quickly. So convenience locations and which locations are more convenient than Circle K's So being co-located with the Circle K and allowing customers to pick up product pretty quickly is key. And so we have found that, really interestingly, it's been over 6 months now. We did it, we're doing our litmus test. And the products that we carry in those locations are a good marriage to the product that we carry in our experience stores, but they're not exactly the same. It is, it's a ratcheted down version, but there are some differences. And that knowledge has really been driven by our tech platform. So, when you think about it, and you think about cannabis growth in the industry and retail in general, you need to be able to get at the customer in any way that they want. So between an experience store where customers can learn and interact, convenience locations, our spoke model, and then really the last 3 miles, which is delivery. We do that in many jurisdictions across Canada. In fact, yesterday we launched 2-hour delivery that we're really excited about. So with all those modalities, we think that we have a very compelling offering, not only in Canada, but in the US. So we're very much looking forward to deploying our methodology and our brand there.
That's fantastic. Well, Nadia, thank you so much for joining us once again for our viewership. This is Nadia Vattovaz, CFO and Executive Vice President of Operations at Fire and Flower. That's TSX, FAF, and OTCQX, FF. LWF. I will never get OTC tickers right. I will continue to try. Our producers will drop the tickers down here. Once again, Nadia, thank you so much for joining us. And I'm sure we'll see you again soon, or in at least, tops 3 months for your next earnings.
Well, I look forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.